Welcome to the Star Wars channel that nobody asked for, built by a dad who just could not help himself. We got a lot to talk about today, but it's gonna be a short one. All right, so Black & Decker Workmate still coming in handy. We've got these poles stuck in, and we've got the lower body all propped up upside down, ready for our first coat of copper. All right, here is the upper body all painted up, not weathered or anything yet by any means. Man, I forgot how much of a pain in the butt this thing is to paint. But I got it. All the red that you see is just reflections from other things in the garage. I believe I got just about every nook and cranny. This one right here, I'm not worried about the red that's in there because that's just a slot for the arms. But I believe I got it pretty good. I'm sure I'll find some more spots that I need to touch up during sanding, getting it ready for the weathering process. But right now, I am happy with that. So let's get on to some other stuff. All right, Rebels, so the spine painted up quick. Just like before, the video doesn't quite do it justice, especially when I'm doing it like this. But I think the spine came out pretty good. Looks better in person because of all the reflectiveness of everything I did on this, whether it be the base coat of the metallic dark metal, sanded with 1000 grit, that gives it a nice worn texture already. But then the rub and buff silver leaf, so there we go. Yeah, rub and buff silver leaf, doing everything else like the raised edges and everything like that, and then just kind of adding a little bit more here. So I'm more happy with the back than I am with the front, in all honesty. So I may just go over it lightly again with some rub and buff, nothing too crazy. Like, I don't really care for some of these scuffs here, so I might darken that up just with some metallic dark metal paint. Just mist it on top because I don't necessarily want it to go away. I just don't want it as prevalent as it is right now. So toning that back with just a light mist. I actually did that on the legs a couple times and a few spots, so it's proven to at least look decent, or at least be passable by my standards. But I really kind of want like these areas here to just be slightly more worn looking, but all in a linear fashion. So going probably side to side with it, actually probably up and down. That's what I did back here. I did more of an up and down, and I think I'm more happy with that on it. So yeah, let's get that done. And these spouncers are like the best thing that I can find to apply it, but they don't last long either. So the centers have a tendency to wear out, and then you're hitting it with a stick like crazy. So yeah, luckily they're cheap. All right. Now, real quick, I didn't do this part on camera, unfortunately, but I went ahead and I coated, like I just masked lightly this area here, and then I actually masked wherever you can see black here. Laid a coat of copper, and then I was so happy with it that I just, off camera, I kept on going and I masked off the copper, and I went ahead and laid down my black and then weathered it all up with the rub and buff. So this is rub and buff here, and then all these streaks that you see here are also rub and buff. I'm really happy with this. It's really cool to see it on the main body section, and that will come up here soon. It's just I have it masked off for the copper that I'm laying down. I ran out of copper right in the middle of painting it, so or I shouldn't say right in the middle, but after the first coat I ran out of copper. So I've got some more on the way. That should be here Friday. I've got a really busy week ahead of me. I'm going to see how much I'm actually able to get done with that. I've got some really cool stuff in the works just as a whole for my family and everything. More on that later. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with how this came out. I did do some rub and buff around all these circles as well, so you can kind of see the silver gleam come through in each circle, which is really nice. And then I think the only thing left to do on this, I want to try a black wash on this just to darken this copper just a little bit. It doesn't have to darken necessarily, but just rough it up a little bit, make it look a little bit more tarnished. And yeah, so we'll see what happens that way. I probably should have done a black wash before I did rub and buff, but we'll see how that all comes out at least. In the video as well, you guys saw me do this, so we're good there. Otherwise, Rebels, this one's going to be really simple. I know you guys like more action, not as much talk. At least that's what analytics show me anyway. So I try to, especially this week, I tried to get as much done as I could to really leap forward in progress, if that makes sense. So also, one last thing quick, I do have a Walmart affiliate link as well. So I've been making a whole shop of Walmart supplies that you can actually go out and buy yourself. Link down in the description below. It does not cost any extra to purchase from my affiliate link. It just gives me a little bit of commission for what gets sold from that. So if you guys are looking for supplies or anything in particular, I've got a whole list of things I use specifically on this Droideka. So by all means, go down, check it out, check out that playlist. If there's something in there that you don't have that you do need to either resupply on or give it a shot, please go ahead and use my affiliate link. That helps out a lot. It helps the channel. It helps my family quite a bit. So no, thank you very much. And on that note, Rebels, again, got some really awesome stuff coming down the pipeline. Thank you so much for being here with me. But in the meantime, keep dreaming, keep building. And until next time, Rebels, always remember, rebellions are built on creativity.